Hey, welcome Operations 2. I am going to go over week 2 results. Sorry, this took a little bit longer. If you hear a little bit of feedback in the background, I apologize. There is some ventilation in this room that is really running loud. So I will try to talk as loud as I can so that you can hear me. Team Green and Team Red are neck and neck, and really neck and neck from a revenue perspective and then also from a profitability perspective. So something to kind of watch for. You guys are doing really close from a results perspective, and we'll see what this week brings. I'm just looking to see if there's anything notable on the bottom here. I think even your total shareholders' equity and liabilities is very, very close. With that, Team Blue is not very far behind either. So I would imagine that there's a lot of investment that Team Blue has been doing, which is probably why they're where they're at right now. So I'm going to flip over to ratios. I always like to look at the return on capital and return on equity ratios, and certainly for Team Green and Team Red, you are way above any expected percentages here. So that is very, very good as it relates to return on equity. So that is important to look at. We'll take a look at Team Blue to see what changes we can make this week to make them a little bit more profitable. So looking at market share overall, sorry about that. Team Red is at 47% total market share. That is a huge amount of market share. That's half of the market share, basically. Focusing on Technology 1 and 2, Team Green has 35%, again, a very large market share, specifically on Technology 1 and 2. Team Blue has made some investments in Technology 4 and has 100% of that market share, and I think you'll see that continue to grow. That was a very costly investment for Team Blue, which is one of the reasons why you probably have a lower profitability for this week. So definitely investing in the future is an important thing to think about, and you will see where that lands you. Now, looking at overall pricing, I would look at Technology 2 for Team Green. You're a little bit high in your pricing. Now, I don't know how many different tools you have on your phone that you've added to it, but that can also impact your overall cost. But just want to let you know that you're quite a bit above the rest, and that will make it a little bit more difficult to sell. Certainly in Asia then, a little bit high as well on Technology 2. And then for Team Blue, just taking a look at your Technology 2 prices. In Europe, I would say Team Green and Team Blue, you're probably a little bit high. And Team Red, you may even be able to increase your price a little bit to increase your profitability. So just some things to think about when it comes to your market report and your pricing. As far as production goes, production is looking very good. Your utilization for Team Red is at 100%, which means that you have tapped out of capacity. You could totally sell more, but you don't have the capacity to do that, which means you need to probably make sure that you have a few more plants running or increase your prices to make the most out of where you're at. 100% is great. That's really ideally where you want to be, but you've lost market share because you don't have the capacity to make any more. As far as Team Green and Team Blue go, I would really watch your outsourcing too, just to make sure that you're utilizing the plants that you have, because you're not at full utilization. Ideally, you'd be in the 90 percentile range for your utilization. It's tough to get there. I think I'd be really happy with 85% if you could get there. Team Red, definitely not a lot of investment in production plants. That is, you've got your next round 10, so hopefully that will help you with round 3 to up and amp up your production. So I think that's definitely a possibility. I was looking at yellow for next round USA, but yeah, your 10 in Asia is definitely going to help increase your production capacity, and that was probably a wise move, balancing your US and your Asia production. Certainly Team Blue and Team Green, you're not utilizing your existing production facilities as much, so make sure as you get these new ones coming in that you amp up your utilization of those. If I look at the cost report, apologize for that. If you look at your cost reports, I didn't even look at what that said, so hopefully you didn't either. If you look at your cost reports, I'm looking at average logistics cost per product sold. That looks okay, except for Team Blue. You're actually shipping from Asia to meet your U.S. demand. That's why that blue product sold in the U.S. cost is there for logistics. You probably want to watch that and make sure that you have enough production in the United States. So check your logistics routing to make sure that when you make it in the U.S., you're shipping it to the U.S. first. That's important. And then I want to also check, I think it's in production, and look at the details. This will look at contract manufacturing, and so I talked about these two teams not doing a lot of contract manufacturing. You do want to reduce that. Your utilization is not at a point where you can max out your contract manufacturing. You want to manufacture as much as you can from the plants that you have. So potentially for Team Blue, I think you don't have a lot of plants in Asia, which is probably why you were sourcing Asia, but now you should have some plants in Asia, and you should reduce that until you can get your sales up this week. So that would be something that I would take a look at as well. So I think for the overall look at it, that is my feedback and my tips for each of the teams to help you get back in the green if you're not in the green, and to help you expand your market share overall. If you have any questions, please let me know.